Assalamu alaikum. My today's lecture is about John Keats, one of the greatest romantic poets in English literature. In your second semester, some famous odes of Keats are included, but my lecture is about Keats as an escapist. Keats is often charged with escapism. It is because in most of his poetic works he attempts to describe the beauty of nature. He is a wistful aspirant of joining the world of imagination because he is fed up with the realities of life. His life was nothing more than an endless series of miserable plights. Escapism is the most important ingredient of romantic poetry. John Keats is called the most romantic poet of his era because he is the most escapist of them all. He was born in an era when everyone was talking about revolutionary ideas. It was the only subject matter to write on, but Keats kept himself away from it. He is a pure poet. Poetry of Keats has no morality. He writes poems that directly hit the senses. His poems are entirely based on imagination. Poetry for the sake of poetry is his agenda. Every ode of John Keats is evident that he is an escapist. He always finds a way of creating fancy words so that he may forget worries of his life. Poetry of escapism is associated to John Keats. If a poet writes romantic poetry, then he definitely is an escapist. This kind of poetry deals with imagination. John Keats finds this world brutal, therefore, he wants to go far away from it. Even he is ready to accept death as witnessed in Ode to Nightingale. Sufficiently, poetry of escapism is the name of fleeing from real world and living in the world of imagination. In Ode to Nightingale, he says obviously that this world is not merely beer and skittles. It is a bed of thorns and a place of drudgery. The people are deprived of all the chances of getting happiness. They sit together and hear each other groan. All of them are facing the common pearls, so he wishes to go away from there. He wants to leave the world, saying to Nightingale that he will fly away riding on the viewless wings of poesy. It clearly shows that he wants to have an escape from the cruelties of the human life because he finds no charm in life. He finds it miseries, full of miseries. He goes on wishing a permanent escape from the miseries of life. In the end, he says that he will have to go back to the world of reality. So Keats cannot be regarded as an escapist, though at times he wants to take shelter in the lap of beauty and nature. In Ode on a Grecian Urn, he talks about the transitoriness of human life and permanence of art and beautiful objects carved on the beautiful urn. It may mislead us to think that Keats was an escapist, but the reality is opposite. He proves that the artificial life carved on the urn is superior and more important than the actual life of human being. But in other sense, we may say that the urn is lifeless, although it is permanent. It is deprived of life, vigor, and fervor of human spirit. In this sense, the actual human life is superior to the static life carved on the urn. John Keats is the most escapist among romantic poets. Keats has a good power of imagination. He does not find any difficulty in its creation. In that world, he quests for beauty. Several reasons are there, due to which he prefers ideal world to word of reality. He does so because number one, for his quest for beauty, wants to forget pains and sorrows, finds peace and harmony in imagination, and loves past. Keats loves beauty. For him, a thing of beauty is joy forever. In pursuance of it, he creates a fancy world. His vision helps him in this regard. Ode to Nightingale is an example of it, wherein he creates a perfect imaginary world. This ode is a dream, but it pleases the sense aesthetically. It should be remembered that romantic poets do not seek for a perfect world, instead, they create it with the help of their imagination. John Keats does not only find beauty in nature but also in art. Ode to Gratian can be referred to this context. He says that art is beautiful and everlasting. In this ode too, as he escapes to fancy world and quests for beauty. Sometimes he finds beauty in art, sometimes in Song of Nightingale, and somewhere he appreciates nature. He can find beauty in each and everything, even in truth. In Ode to Gratian, he writes, "Beauty is truth, truth beauty, that is all ye know on earth and all ye need to know." Sorrows, sufferings make John Keats an escapist. Sorrows and sufferings are there in everyone's life, and so, as in the life of Keats, it is difficult to face them. However, escapism is possible. Keats' life was full of sorrows. He did not like the cruel world. Escapism was the only option for him. He was too sensitive. It is therefore in most of his poems his mood is gloomy. Hyperion is full of sorrows and sufferings. Similarly, in Ode to Autumn, he creates a gloomy atmosphere. He also compares melancholy with joy and concludes that melancholy dwells with beauty, beauty that must die. Keats' love for Greeks. In every ode of John Keats, there is a reference to ancient Greeks. His Hellenism is much famous. Shelley considers Keats as a Greek poet. It is because he takes interest in Greek objects. He loves Greek sculptures. He also takes interest in Greek myths. When Homer's work translation was given to him, he experienced Greek's intellect. Poems of Keats depict either Greek or medieval themes. Love for Greek's art seeks his attention. Physically, he can travel in the past. However, ideal world, imaginative world is an option for him. Thus, love for past also compels him to be an escapist. It is essential for poetry of escapism to present the world of dreams instead of world of reality. We know that word of romance is the subject matter of romantic poetry, and it totally depends on dreams and imagination. Escapism means to flee from real world and to live a life in dreams. In other words, escapism means spending most of the time in imagination. Keats does so. He spends most of his time either with birds in forest or in the past, not physically but conceptually. Keats is a romantic poet and also an escapist. His odes are evident that he has not ability to face hardships. Therefore, he seeks escapism. He is not satisfied from his life. He thinks that far away from this life there must be peaceful world. Romantic poets can create world of perfection, but it can only be created through high imaginative parts. Keats has this ability. He has a good imagination. Keats is regarded as the most romantic poet of his era because he is the most escapist. Thanks, and this is the end.